risky one-sided fashion, but not in a worrisome fashion either. 13-9, not a score to be too concerned about. It was their map pick.
Yeah, I guess the bigger concern right now for Detonation FocusMe is just, you know, if they're going to make any progress in this tournament, they basically had to win every single map from here on out. Even then, it's not a guaranteed possibility, right? It is nice to see them, I think, improve in real time, to see them recover, especially when they were in dire straits after the, I believe it was the 5th round victory for T1 in a row. They did play a very impressive later half of that, but ultimately it was T1 who came out on top. And we got to see what adjustments Detonation FocusMe can make going into map number 2.
Yeah,
Split, I believe.
I mean, their calls have been a lot better, right? I will say it's still relatively one-dimensional compared to some of the top teams in each region. However, the set plays have been good. The trading has been a lot cleaner. And again, the mid-rounding, the way they're positioning themselves in a lot of these rounds has looked a lot better than their previous matches. To potentially get their first match win here in VCT Pacific.
It's really inspiring to see how well Detonation FocusMe is playing. I love the way that you put it, William, that they've made the adjustments they had to make, and who's to say they don't just keep like this and start to actually develop into the team they were always supposed to be.
Yeah, and a lot of people have said it time and time again, right? This is also a roster that shouldn't be a pushover, given the players on that team. They're all players that have had their moments, especially when playing over in Challengers Japan. And it just wasn't coming together. We've heard some interviews about, the way that their styles or their comms, their calling. Seems like a lot of that has been shored up. The calling, the mid-routing has been much better on both maps, but especially here on Split, coming out from DFM. The patience, it just seems like they're talking finally in-game, and it's great to see from DFM.
They're gelling very well.
In terms of the adjustments, the mid-rounding, the timeouts, all of that, getting the reads against their opponents, but again, not a convincing win that I think neither the players, the coaches, nor the fans of T1 wanted to see, but a win is a win. So, they're still trying to solidify their spot in the playoffs, gain a little bit more time to grow. Meanwhile, TFM, I'm looking at their schedule, right? Their next match is DRX. Oh, how they would have loved to get the win today, to just have a little bit of something to celebrate, but unfortunately, T1 dashes those dreams. And DFM, I do hope that they're able to go back to their team house and just say, listen, the improvements were there.
Yeah.
We just take it at our own pace now, right? I mean, especially with this loss, I do believe now mathematically they cannot make it into the playoffs, but you still got things like the last chance qualifier to work towards. Your year is not over, so take advantage of whatever you can for the remainder of Pacific here, because the growth is happening. It is happening. Whatever changes you've made, in terms of the agent composition and the lineups as well, it has been working.